started here in just a second. Everyone's doing well. Keep the people, victims in Texas, in our prayers, please. A couple people in my where I'm at that were killed. Get started here.
That's the henge, precisely where Doran said it would be. But now that we're here, I'm not entirely sure how to feel. We knew we were at the cave for the moonstone, but Doran didn't tell us what to expect when we placed the stone in the henge.
Started where left off last week.
Whatever it is, it had better have to do with Snidgets.
The clock is ticking in that regard, isn't it? Let's make our way down. We're nearly at the end of this. I think that's it over there.
How's your Gran doing, by the way?
Nothing keeps Gran down. She set up a caterwauling charm and threatened to make a coat out of the next poacher set foot on her doorstep. I still feel terrible that I'm the reason they went there.
Surely she'll be pleased you've gone after the Snidgets.
I hope so. Gran understands how important it is to protect those who need it. I think we can safely say we know where the moonstone goes.
I think so.
Whoa!
Oh. That was a mooncalf dance. Do you know how rare it is to see even one? They only ever happen under a full moon. Though I suppose the moonstone allowed it to happen now.
Is the pattern they left behind on the ground normal?
All part of the dance. No one pattern is ever the same though. We'll need to draw this one to get a better sense of it. Can't wait to tell Gran that I've managed to see not one but 2 mooncalf dances. She'll be jealous.
You've seen this before?
It was pure luck the first time. I was on Highwing or I'd never have spotted it. It was the night Well, the night I met Highwing, actually
If you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to.
I'd actually like you to know. About 5 years ago, Highwing had been captured by poachers. At first, they planned to sell her, but soon decided they wanted to kill her instead. More money, I suppose. I'd finally had enough. I freed Highwing and we ran. We'd flown for ages when I spotted mooncalves dancing below and we landed to watch them. It felt like an omen. A good one. A sign that the worst was over.
What do you mean you had enough and the worst was over?
You see, the night I freed Highwing was also the night I ran away from home. A poacher camp. I come from a family of poachers.
Merlin, I don't know what to say, Poppy. I can't imagine what that must have been like for you.
I never fitted in, but the older I got, the more apparent it became. Gran tried for years to convince my parents to let me live with her. Suffice it to say, when I left with Highwing, I flew straight for her house.
How brave. I'm glad you escaped.
So am I. There were so many creatures I was unable to help when I was
Sorry
younger.
about that.
Now that's all I want to do.
From everything I've seen, you're doing precisely that.
I've had a bit of help. I've never told anyone any of this, but I'm glad that you know. It's nice to have someone to talk about it with.
We were around so many poachers in the tent. Were you not worried about being recognized?
Poachers are nomadic, and most of the ones in the area aren't any I'd grown up with. That said, I suspect someone must have recognized me. That's how they got to Gran.
Do your parents know about the things you do now? Saving that dragon from the fighting ring, for instance.
We don't speak, or rather, they don't speak to me. Last I heard, they were in Borneo trying to make their fortunes there, acromantulas. However, I wouldn't be surprised if word has got back to them. Some days a part of me hopes that it has. Now that I'm older, I wish I could talk to them, get them to see sense. But sadly, I suspect that wouldn't do any good.
What was it like growing up in a family of poachers?
The thing I remember most was how much we moved around, always chasing the next big kill. It was chaotic and dangerous, and nowhere a child should ever grow up.
I'm glad you told me.
We should get back to Doran. He'll need to see the symbol, and we've got poachers to beat. If you collect the moonstone, I can make a quick drawing of the symbol for Doran.
Are you finished with the drawing?
Just barely. I think the pattern's a bird. At least that's what it looks like.
Didn't the journal say the key to finding the Snidget lies in the moonlight?
Of course. That's it. We need to show this to Doran. Not that I'd know where to find him at this hour. Perhaps we should head back to the castle and we can track him down after a good night's sleep.
Agreed. I'm ready to leave if you are.
Alright. Like, subscribe, follow, hit that post notification bell so you know time I go live or post a recorded video. Appreciate it. Appreciate the comment. Reply.
Revelio. Revelio.
Like right here. See it.
Revelio. Revelio.
Alright, sorry about that.
Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
Alright.
I think I know where we can find Doran. Meet me in the Forbidden Forest and we can tell him about the symbol the Mooncalves made.
So yeah, that is it. Hello, dude. ¿Qué pasó? Ouch. Ouch. What?
Bombarder. Bombarder.
Revelio. The castle must have been quite stately in its time.
But, huh? The statue. Do you do that? I don't know if this will do it or not. So we're gonna find out.
Bombada. Confringo. Bombada. Expelliarmus. Halo.
I know. Can't get in there. It's not from that side. Thought maybe I was hearing some spiders there for a second.
Confringo.
Alright. I don't do it. How about this? It's not doing it either. I need to get higher ground. I don't know. And he is unavailable. Something around here that needs to be moved to that spot. What? Faces you blew up. No.
Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Bombarda! Defender! Expelliarmus! Reparo! Wingardium Leviosa, Lumos. Lumos.
Knows how to do it, let me know. Alright. I'll probably figure it out eventually, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Somebody tells me. Alright. Missing one.
Revelio.
Figured it out. Took me long enough.
That's it. I should tell Madame Twiddle about what happened.
Ballerina now. Alright. Where is Madame Twiddle? Bet she's at Hogwarts. Button. Oh, she's nearby.
Mysterious and a bit unsettling. What to do? Mrs. Twiddle, your husband was right. The statue was part of a puzzle.
Oh, really? How exciting!
Yes, I had to destroy a number of large vases, and that seemed to activate some sort of charm on the statue.
Well, Well done. Oh, I miss having someone like you around with a thirst for knowledge and a quick mind. Well, my curiosity has been satisfied. Thank you for that. Who knows what I'll encounter on my next constitutional? Oh, my husband would be so pleased to know he was right about that statue.
Alright. Let's see here. Poppy.
Hello.
Bye. Hogwarts. Yep. Like it's showing close. Oh wait, that was Madam Twiddle or whatever.
And you say they made it after you placed the moonstone?
Do you know why or what it means? Does it have to do with the Snidgets?
The breadth of one's knowledge can be as wide as the seas, and yet only run so deep.
It's good to see you again, Doran. Did Poppy tell you about everything that's happened?
She did, and I am glad to see that you are both safely returned. I did question the wisdom of sending you on a path at a time when that path was unknown at best, deadly at worst. But the acumen of the centaurs is neither personal nor partial. The skies tell us what is to come, And often we do not know what we have seen until it has come to pass.
You knew the poachers would try and kill Poppy and me.
I did not know, my young friend. But I shall say that I was not surprised. It was in much the same manner that I expected our first meeting.
I don't suppose you'd like to start from the beginning. I think Poppy and I could use that.
Of course. I find it is often the best place to start, is it not? Many, many moons ago, I divined a series of events. Their meaning long evaded me, until you brought news of the Snidgets and their poacher pursuers. I believe the symbol created by the Mooncalves dance marks the place the Snidgets are hidden. And serendipitously, I believe that I know the very place.
Please, go on.
I have seen that symbol only once, on a rock face in the cliffs of the forest. You should make haste there. The Snidgets that have been kept there for so many years may no longer be safe.
What makes you so sure the symbol is where the Snidgets are?
I do not know. It is what I have read in the stars. Fortunes play out as they are intended. I am merely a messenger. I shall say that fortune favors us today. That you would show me a symbol whose provenance I recognize is not coincidence, but fate.
You said you divined a series of events before our paths crossed. What were they?
I saw the arrival of a stranger, the threat of an enemy, and the return of an old friend. I believe now that you are the strangers, the poachers are the enemy, and the old friends are the Snidgets. I also saw two places tied to these events: the cave with the moonstone, and the henge. The latter was bathed in moonlight.
If you're right about this place, then we should make our way there.
I shall see you there. We cannot afford to lose the Snidgets once again.
Revelio.
Hogwarts is very lucky they've got protection charms, if you ask me.
You come with me. Something else I needed to do.
Revelio.
I've lost her and it. Spider-Man's making a fortress of Spider-Tooth, or there's big spiders here.
Looks rather dark in there. Never stopped me before.
This is true. Check something. Okay.
Likely this astronomy table will be best used when it's dark.
How remarkable.
I got here as soon as I could.
Did you see the symbol above the entrance? It's the one the mooncalves made at the henge. Of course Doran implied as much, but to see it up there...
Could this actually be where the Snidgets are hidden?
Let's find out. Doran's waiting for us just up ahead.
I'm ready if you are.
Let's take a
Can you believe
above the
it?
door.
Actual Snidgets. I'm glad we seem to be a step ahead of the poachers.
It is a little strange we haven't heard anything from them.
If we're lucky, they're still poring over Gran's research. There was a fair amount. We, on the other hand, had Doran to guide us. Even if the poachers do somehow stumble upon this... We shall be long gone.
Oh no, ain't what I wanted.
Most hushed about like he was.
Keep hitting that button. Hey. Alright, well.
Greetings.
I hope we haven't kept you waiting long, Doran.
Not at all. Then again, it is not I who awaits your arrival. Do you have the Moonstone with you?
Do.
Good. It is as important to what happens next as both of you are.
So, what does happen next? What are these pillars here?
A safeguard, I suspect. There is only one way to find out. And as for how to go about that, the two of you may know better than anyone.
I didn't.
wonder if the pillars move at all.
Think I'm trying to do? I was thinking it was put over here, but
Perhaps it has to do with the light in the darkness.
B. What? Wait a minute.
Perhaps it has to do with the light in the darkness.
That one showing it up and that one.
Perhaps it has to do with the light in the darkness. has to do with the light and the darkness.
Now these are lit up.
Perhaps it has to do with the light and the darkness.
Perhaps.
Lumos.
Lumos!
See those? Two lit up. Okay. Pulsar.
Perhaps it has to do with the light and the darkness.
Okay. Power. Up. Okay, so how?
Perhaps it has to do with the light and the darkness.
Yeah. But what does that mean? Anybody know? Those two are lit up. There's that one. That one. See, yeah. Okay. That don't work.
Perhaps it has to do with the light and the darkness.
Shut up with that. Yeah. See it's Yeah, that didn't work, okay. Here.
Perhaps it has to do with the light in the darkness.
Tell.
Lumos.
Lumos! Perhaps it has to do with the light in the darkness.
She'd shut up with that.
Perhaps it has to do with the light in the darkness. Perhaps it has to do with the light in the darkness. Perhaps it has to do with the light and the darkness. Perhaps it has to do with the light and the darkness. That did it! Look, Doran, a doorway!
What lies beyond that passage? And now, I'm afraid I must leave you. At least for a time.
You're not coming in with us.
If the Snidgets are here, the herd will want to see the truth of it for themselves. Alec especially. Go on without me. I will rejoin as soon as I am able.
I figured that out.
Revelio.
So, see that. Gilded perch.
Revelio.
Look at the murals on the wall. They're all
Confront.
This place must have been built to protect them. They had nothing to fear.
What makes you say that?
The poacher camps always felt oppressive. It's hard to explain, but the feeling was palpable. At least to me. The sense I get here is of safety and calm. Quite the opposite of the poacher camps.
Revelio.
Centaur.
Revelio. Confront. Revelio.
Confringo! Lumos. Confringo!
Revelio.
Whoever built this place certainly liked to read.
And the books are all about creatures.
Your Gran would love it here.
She would. I can't wait to tell her all about it.
Lumos.
I'll wager this isn't the dead end it seems to be. But how to get through?
Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Ah. Okay.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Confringo!
Of course. How clever.
Yeah, I figured that out.
Look at this place.
Not even trying. Didn't understand it. Actually, is that true?
What was that?
Not Doran, that's for certain.
Right there.
Ready to... Well, you look like you're trying to...
You're despicable. The lot.
These are the weed. Not the brightest child. Shall we finish what we started? Turning it in
The land returns to the...
You're not getting
Ready your wands. The fight is only just.
that was the ground. Don't you care about anything?
Miserable. I will make much of you. Incendio!
Oh, I'm gonna be that was for
Expulso! You're gonna regret coming here. Dagger! Incendio! Oh, it's a bit like, being on fire.
Sucked.
Isn't it?
Once again.
Look at this place.
Little puppy sweeting.
What was that?
What Doran answer said.
Stop right there. Back for more. Not the bright. The lamb returns. Release it. What about it? What have you done? Back here.
Ready your wands. The fight has only just begun.
Avoiding our problems. I'll take your pocket. Hold steady, little measle. Break your little teeth. You dare slay one of my own? I'll make mulch of you. Feisty little foliage. Never liked me. No.
Stop right there! Oh, there's a tiger!
Oh, Ashley.
Let me answer!
Back for more. Not the balance.
I think that was all of them.
Are the two of you unharmed? I had hoped to return before it was too late.
We're fine, but if you hadn't got here when you did, I led them here, Doran.
You fought with us against your kind. I am glad to have witnessed this. I now believe all that Doran told me.
They are the ones I saw, Alec.
Finish your work here, brother. All the events you divined have not yet come to pass.
There they are.
Snidget eggs.
Now, all that remains is to break the charm.
You want us to... I only ever wanted to see them safe, which they are. You should do it.
What am I doing? Ouch.
Merlin, they're lovely. But what happens now? They can't care for themselves, and surely once word gets out of their reappearance...
No harm will come to them. The centaurs will see to that. You have my word.
Thank you, Doran, for helping us to find them, and to fight for them.
It is you who deserves the merit, child. You did what the poachers would never have. Remember that. You both fought bravely today. Allow us to carry the mantle from here.
If it's all right, Doran, I think I'd like to stay behind and spend a little more time with the Snidgets.
Revelio.
This way. As we get out.
Revelio.
To pick up money, of course.
Revelio.
Right. Picked up all the money I see. I can get up there. Some money right there. Oh, nothing.
Revelio.
Alright. I'll get it right after I get out. Thank everyone for joining me. Appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, follow, that post notification bell, so anytime live or recorded video, hope they had a great, safe, and fun and 4th of July weekend. So, have a great day, night, evening, whatever it is when you're at and when you're watching this. Appreciate y'all.